It's Tuesday, June 26th, 2012. I'm Jeff Bacalar. It's the 404 show. There's Justin Yu over there.
Throw me off. And I'm Justin Yu.
Yes, you are.
Like you already said. And this is the show where it's rude to point.
It is. I don't care how old you are.
Yeah.
Rude to point. Speaking of pointing, Justin,
What?
were you someplace that you should have told us about over the weekend? Were
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Were you or were you not?
I was at Fort Tilden. Have you been there before? It's a beach.
Nope, never been there.
It's a beach right on the tip of Brooklyn. Kind of right by Coney Island.
Okay.
Off of Flatbush Avenue.
What's so special about this place?
And this beach, I'll get to it if you let me. Anyway, so the weird part about this beach is that it's mostly families, but then there's a separate part of the beach, kind of by Dead Horse Bay, where it's nude, right?
Yeah.
Nude beaches are pretty common in San Francisco, so I'm used to this kind of thing. But we parked by the part of the nude beach, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird because the nude beach is kind of separated by a fishing, like a lot of fishermen go to this part of the beach as well.
So like a pier?
So it's like a weird dichotomy of like fishermen on the pier and then also naked dudes. For some reason, it's not a lot of naked chicks. Like there were some topless women,
Yeah.
right? But a lot of naked dudes.
I feel like
And then some naked fishermen too, just like a combination of
Really?
both worlds.
Well,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
it's kind of interesting. Like,
You already have the rod.
right. See, this is what I'm talking about, Gems.
Yeah, Gems Peterson over here. That's so funny that
Yeah.
at one point it's sort of just morphs
combination.
into the nude naked fisherman.
Yeah, I don't know why you forced me to tell you this story.
I'm curious about nude beaches
Fascinating.
because I find it fascinating that some people, regardless of how they look naked,
Right.
and they're within their right to do so at a nude beach. When I was in Dominican Republic a couple months ago, there was a lot of that.
Did you go nude?
Nope, did not.
You know, it's never the people that you want to see nude
No,
that
I
are
just-
showing
well,
off their bodies.
I saw a few in the DR that I was very happy with.
Oh,
I was
really?
very happy with. I was like,
Yeah.
I tipped them.
Did you go nude?
I did not go nude. No, I was too self-conscious. I didn't want to.
Did any of your friends?
No. We just kind of walked by the nude people and gawked for a little bit behind our sunglasses.
Oh, like 7-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm,
Giggled.
Giggled.
I'd imagine that you saw a bunch of nude people this weekend, though.
I did. I went to the Gay Pride Parade here in New York.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. There was a lot of interesting costumes and lack of costumes.
What are you going as? Nothing. I'm naked.
Were people
there's-
just walking naked down?
No,
Fifth Avenue?
there's not any like complete nudity, but there's like skimpy speedos and there's like topless ladies with like pasties over their
Right.
nipples and things
Yeah.
like that.
Once again, we are an anti-pasty show.
That's right. All
Yeah.
pasties must die.
It doesn't make sense to me. You're leaving nothing to the imagination with pasties on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a pointless accessory as far as I'm concerned.
Were there any dudes or women in fake police costumes, like in Reno 9/11?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of that in
Not
pictures.
called Reno
Reno
9/11.
What is it called?
You-
911. Sorry,
Yeah.
911. Reno 911. Sorry.
is-
My mistake.
It's just that was very strange.
That's
sounding.
distasteful. Innocent mistake.
Innocent mistake. Reno 9/11. That's just.
Is that our
great.
next viral?
That is just great.
I'd imagine it'd be pretty confusing to walk up to the wrong cop at the Pride Parade.
Yeah. Well, you can usually tell because it's usually like a leather cop suit or something.
Yeah. and
What if you had a legitimate emergency though?
the handcuffs are furry?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you go up to a real police officer? That's
Yeah.
what you do.
Right.
What kind of a question is that?
No, I'm saying, what if you had a real emergency, but you went up to the wrong cop? And
That would
probably be embarrassing.
funny and bad at the same time.
Yeah.
One of those things.
It
So it was a good time?
was good.
Yeah?
I walked in the parade.
Oh, you
Actually,
did?
So
Oh,
I
that's
didn't get
right,
to
right,
see
right.
a lot. Yeah.
So you only got to see one lap of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Can you tell us about the craziest thing you saw at Pride?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I was telling you before, there was this a float with just a pole and like pole dancers.
Yeah.
Topless women pole dancers.
But
So that
with
was kind of
pasties.
interesting. Yeah, but with pasties.
Right.
Damn it. I wasn't even there and I'm mad. Well, that's cool. You got to
Yeah.
walk in that. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So the gay pride parade isn't just for gay men. It's for straight men. It's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
Mm.
I think
It's
it's
like
a
50 Shades of Grey.
celebration of human sexuality
Yes.
is what it is.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's what matters. And everyone gets laid. No, I don't know. Is that how it works?
I don't know.
That'd
You gotta
be
get a
awesome.
ticket for that.
You have to get your hand stamped for that.
I was walking in the parade with a group of gay Mormons. So
Ah.
that was exciting.
That
Very
is
cool.
how many people are in your group there?
There were like 40 people in our group. We had a group from DC come up and join us.
So you merged. So
yeah,
that
we
merging
merged,
was 40.
yes.
Wow.
Mm.
How many Mormon people are in the country? Do you know? I thought I could have sworn I
there's
heard
like millions.
a few million, right?
Yeah, a few million.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think in the whole world there's like 13 or 14 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Are there more Jews or Mormons?
I don't know.
I think Jews might have them by like a small
Maybe.
margin.
The Mormon church is growing fast.
It's growing by leaps and bounds. And I was watching something this morning that talked about how like Mormonism is infiltrating every facet of pop culture.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
You know, you got your Book of Mormon, you got your Mitt Romneys,
Mhm.
and all this sort of stuff.
Right.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, the Book of Mormon on Broadway. Have you seen it?
I have.
It's great. I love it.
You loved it.
It's actually, yeah, because it's kind of like the story of my life.
Mm.
Oh,
It's
okay.
kind of, yeah.
You had a very funny
I
life.
did.
Well,
Not exactly. It's exaggerated.
Of
but
course.
It's like because it's about missionaries that go
Right.
to a foreign country and
Yeah.
to do their mission.
And you did that?
And I did that,
Where'd
yeah.
you go?
I went to Nicaragua.
Really?
Ah.
Yeah.
So were they grateful for your services?
They were.
They
yeah,
were. Okay.
They were. And it was an overall good experience.
I'm sure. That's interesting.
Yes.
We're learning a lot about
I
Richard
know,
today.
I know. It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
about
that's the most I've
gems.
talked on this show
Ever.
since I've been here.
It's true.
Jem Peterson. He's filled
Gems,
with
it's
them.
plural.
Not, yes.
You didn't
Gems
have one.
Peterson.
It's a bunch
Not
of
Jim,
gems.
my father.
Plentiful
but
of
Jim.
gems. Let's
Yeah.
get into the stories of the day on this Tuesday, June 26th. Facebook in the news again.
Scumbag Facebook strikes again.
Yep. Apparently, if you go into your profile, and I did this morning, and this did affect me,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook has changed your default email address to your Facebook email address.
Right.
You know, the thing you've never used before in your entire life,
Right.
nor would you ever. Apparently, if you go in and check it out, so what I did was I eliminated that, and then I went and made my Gmail one, my default one.
Yeah.
Not only that, it also, by default, or at least in my experience,
Yep.
put the Facebook address on my timeline as well. It made it-
Automatically makes it visible,
made
even
it
if you
visible.
didn't have that privacy
Right.
setting turned on before.
So we give the finger to Facebook,
Yep.
and we say, hey, man, get out of my life. I'll give you enough information, enough
Yeah.
trends, enough things to sell me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's maybe not change my email address.
You
in
know
the
what though? I
process.
mean, because I'm an advocate of the devil. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Because I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I understand why Facebook did this, right?
Of course.
It's because they're trying to capitalize on lazy people that don't want to have to memorize another email address. So they know that you could just use that handle that everyone chose, like in April or something of this year. Do you remember that? Like 2 months ago, they asked everyone to create their own vanity URL for Facebook.
I did that years
Yeah.
ago.
That they're using
years ago.
Right, they're using that as your email address. So
Right.
anyone can use like, what's yours? Oh, maybe I shouldn't tell.
Mine is just
Yours
my
is
name.
publicly available though. It's like
Mine's
the
my
white
name.
pages.
No,
Yeah.
What do you mean white pages?
Yeah.
What do you mean white pages?
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh, because your face?
That's offensive.
I know, but I understand why they did this. But as usual, they should have let
don't-
people know they were going to change it.
Right, of course. Which again, for the X amount of times, stop doing this. Stop changing stuff and not telling anybody.
Yeah.
Everything they do, their privacy settings, is always very confusing and deliberately confusing at times.
Mm-hmm.
Just become as transparent as you would want everyone else to be.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, I don't agree with you. I don't think the reason they're doing this is to cash in on lazy people.
Okay.
I don't think no one, because of laziness, switches email addresses. You know what I mean?
Okay. Why do you think they did it then?
Well, I think they're doing it because I think some of it has to do with that, but it also has to do with the fact that that's the one thing Facebook has no grasp on.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody uses Facebook email.
Mm-hmm.
If someone told you to email them at, my name at facebook.com, you'd be like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Right.
It's like the equivalent of an AOL address. It's
Mhm.
weird. It's crazy, right? So that's the one thing they have no influence on whatsoever. And everything they've done leading up to this has not made their service more pervasive in terms of email. So why not do something sort of slimy like this?
Right.
I don't know. But that's what happened. And so we encourage everyone, check out your your Facebook profile and see if it got changed on you.
It's pretty easy to just change it.
Yeah, it's simple. It takes 5 seconds.
Simple edits.
It's just annoying that you go there and you look and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying. Yes. It's annoying.
Oh, I'm doing the transition. Okay. Speaking of annoying, where am I going to go with this? Which story do you want to talk about next?
You're not very good at this, Justin.
No.
I want to. Oh, so yesterday we talked about Newsroom, the new show on HBO with Jeff Daniels. And I encouraged everybody to go and check it out. Well, guess what? You can now watch it for free on YouTube, on HBO's YouTube channel.
Right.
You can watch the entire full pilot of the Newsroom. I'm curious to hear what people have to say about it.
Mm-hmm. You can also watch it. Well, okay, so this is cool because HBO's never issued a free pilot online before.
Not that I can
as
remember,
much as we wanted them to do it for Game of Thrones and stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be offered on HBO, YouTube, like you said, Daily Motion, TV.com, on-demand platforms like Hulu, I think,
Sweet.
and iTunes as a podcast.
I think this is interesting because they're sort of using the immediate reaction to the show when it premiered on Sunday.
Right.
I don't know if this was always in their game plan all along.
And how long do you think they're going to be continuing to post these?
I just think it's
just the pilot.
I just think it's going to be the first episode.
Right.
And you know, obviously, it's the first episode was really good.
I saw it.
Oh, you did see
Yes.
it? You like it?
I really liked it. I saw my favorite scene was the one where
In the beginning.
the beginning where the student asks Jeff Daniels' character why America's the greatest country in the world, and he just goes off in like a very like Sorkinian fashion.
Oh yeah,
Like all these crazy statistics about how the United States has the lowest literacy rate, etc.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have the lowest.
Or one of the lowest.
What's silly? The only thing I find silly about watching an Aaron Sorkin show is that everyone is at the same level of intelligence in the program.
Right.
There's no like slackers. There's no guys who don't get it at first. Everyone is at this same equivalent, level of sophistication, and it makes it that you just feel like it's a science fiction world where nobody. There's no varying in intelligence.
There's
it's
no
just
dummies.
There's no dummies.
Even the intern's smart.
Yeah, even the intern was like brilliant. She's like, she's like 20 or whatever it is.
You know what I really like about this show is that it's set in the real world, but in the recent past.
Right.
Like 2010.
Right.
And
well,
so
I don't want you to give anything away. Everyone can watch this for free now. So go out and watch it.
But my point is that it basically takes a different spin on history that just happened.
Yeah.
Like the BP oil spill, for example.
Right. Like exactly the thing the first show's about.
Yeah.
Yep. Like
What? That's not a spoiler.
It's not a spoiler. I was just like, stop. And you're like, it's about this specific disaster in American history.
There's other things that the first episode is about.
Right. It's really good.
Yeah. No way to finish it.
The first comment on this story is, who the F cares about this progressive propaganda BS show?
Who said that? In the chat room?
No, in the first comment on the Geek O System blog that announces this.
No likes, though.
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of stupid people are not going to like this program. Let's move along to the next story in our lovely rundown today.
Okay.
Little history lesson. Yeah. Remember everyone's favorite MP3 player, Winamp?
It was seriously my favorite. It took me a long time to finally transition over to iTunes.
Yeah. I really hung on to that thing as long as I could.
Loved it.
The skinning, the plugins, the visualizers.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could pull 3 off.
The
playlists.
Okay?
It was great. My favorite feature on Winamp 3, which was obviously the best version of Winamp.
Twas.
J. So if you just hit the J button, it would bring up a search query that lets you type in any part of the song, artist, duration, whatever you wanted, and it would bring up your song. I don't think that iTunes has something like that. I mean, you have to.
They most certainly do.
What is the shortcut for it, though?
And
you have to be
just
Apple,
click on the search.
You could search, or it's Apple. I think it's Apple Alt F.
But don't you have to be in the music tab of the left sidebar?
No.
You can be clicked into a
Oh.
playlist, and then it'll search your entire library.
I don't
think
know,
so.
dude.
That's what I'm talking about, though, is that Winamp had
Well,
the
Winamp is also a
attention to
very
detail.
specific, had very specific functionality. It was
Alright.
just designed to play music, right?
So let's
For the
back
most
it up here.
Back it up.
Let's
back
go
it up.
back. Let's go back to 1997 when
Ooh.
Winamp was created, and
Yeah.
Ars Technica put up a really excellent, very thorough history of Winamp. Did you know that Winamp is an acronym?
No. What does it stand for?
Windows Advanced Multimedia Products.
Okay, so that's
So part acronym.
Yeah.
So it was created by the company Nullsoft, right? It was
remember that.
one of the most famous products that the company put out.
Remember that?
Do you remember what the mascot was?
The llama.
The llama. The llama had a name though. Mike.
Mike.
Mike the llama, right?
What the hell kind of a llama is named Mike?
Well, this
It's a
one.
lame name.
It's a lame name.
Richard,
Yes.
pop quiz, hotshot. Do you know what the motto of Winamp was?
I remember this.
The motto?
Yeah, a little NSFW, but I'll let you say it.
I don't remember. No.
It was read off in a voice like this. Jeff, tell me.
I'm
Winamp.
I'm gonna. It really kicks the llama's ass.
Ding ding. There you go. That is right.
Yeah.
Where does that come from, though?
I don't know.
Comes from a Wesley Willis song.
Who?
Wesley Willis?
I don't know who that is.
What?
I don't
You
know.
don't remember that artist?
Nope.
It was like a homeless guy that made a bunch of crazy music.
Yeah, that guy. I don't remember him.
He was pretty big in the
I'm
pop
sure-
culture
Sounds
canon.
like it.
Anyway, so Wesley Willis was this independent recording artist, and he was kind of homeless. I think he had schizophrenia, and he has this song called "Whip the Llama's Ass," and that's where they took it from.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyway, so it was released to the world on April 21st, 1997, and the reason why it took off so quickly was because prior to Winamp coming out, there was really no way to organize your digital music.
Right.
There was Windows Media Player, which was abhorrent.
Yeah.
There was Real Player, which was worse.
It hit at the perfect time. It was right when MP3s became so popular.
Napster.
Napster was huge, and it was a great player. That it sounded great. It had an equalizer, which was like one of the first ones that made it easy to use.
Yep.
It was customizable.
It was
That was a
skinnable.
huge part of it. I
Big
think
time.
that might have been the first sort of mainstream introduction of skinning and customization.
But
and
they
that sort
open
of
sourced
stuff,
the design so that anyone
Right.
create their own skin.
which was
for it.
great.
Yeah.
I remember I tried to do it.
Oh, really?
I'm not an artist. Mine was terrible.
Which one did you make? The one that looks like a chalkboard?
Yeah, it was
or
something
the-
stupid. It was just, oh, it was terrible. Terrible.
What I really liked about Winamp was that it got out of the way really easily.
Yeah.
So you could dock it into a corner.
Just
It
like
was
very
infinitely
thin line.
resizable into a thin line. It
Yeah.
had that J function we talked
Yep.
about. It was easy to drag and drop songs
Always
into
on top.
playlists.
Always on top.
Only one playlist.
Yeah.
But you could save them
Right.
as a PLU file, which
Yep.
was really cool. And that was something that didn't exist before Winamp.
Mhm.
Also, I didn't realize this before, but even for its time, Winamp the program was really small. It was
Super
like
small.
efficiently small. It was
Super small.
like the Mac version today. I forget which version they're up to, but the Mac version today is only 4.2 megabytes large.
It's great.
That's compared to iTunes, which is like over 100
Yeah,
megabytes.
iTunes is becoming such a behemoth.
Yeah.
It's like the Titanic.
Mhm.
There was a time when you could run iTunes on your computer and just keep it open.
Right.
Now it's like a liability. And you're like, geez, stop hogging all the resources.
Yeah.
You big, heifer.
Especially if you're sharing playlists with other people.
Oh, it's
or-
terrible. iTunes is a beast. They need to
You
come
have
out with
ping
iTunes
on.
Lite. I'm serious.
I agree.
Very, very, trim, sort of streamlined version of iTunes. I would love that. I don't know what
Right.
the hell they're doing anymore. Who knows what the hell they're doing anymore?
Well, so that leads us to this part of the history lesson, their downfall.
Mm.
So, Winamp went from about 15 million in 1999,
50
Just-
million watt.
15 million users
Uh-huh.
in 1999 to 60 million users in 2001. So that was its heyday. But
Mm.
then it got bought out by AOL in 1999. You're yawning.
No,
You're really just yawning at
I'm
me.
not
while-
yawning.
You
I-
just yawned. Did you switch to
Not
another
at
time?
that information.
I was a little late.
Jeez. Okay, I'll speed this up. Christ. When they got bought out by AOL, they started working at a abandoned sweatshop office in Potrero Hill in San Francisco, and that's when it all started going downhill. And that's for two reasons. One, they didn't have a music subscription service, and that was around the time when everyone started wanting to pay for MP3s.
Well, that was the thing, because everyone was using their illegally downloaded MP3s with this. Then
Right.
it came, after Napster's gone. How am I getting all this music? I have a
Right.
place to play it, but I don't have a place to buy it.
Right, exactly. And then the other big problem was that when AOL acquired them, they started requiring users to sign in with their AOL accounts in order to subscribe to the billing service for their for their music subscription program, right?
Okay.
And the problem there was that all the Winamp users, and you can attest to this, were digital music files, right? So like these are like hackers and people that loved skinning stuff
Sure.
and tinkerers, right? And that doesn't really align well with the AOL structure. Those AOL's members are Luddites, basically,
Right.
right? Like people that just want like the easiest way to get onto the internet.
Two
So-
opposite types of people.
yeah, so that was a little bit of a misalignment. That combined with the original iPad coming out in 2001, iPod coming out in 2001 really killed the
Spell disaster.
Yeah, and then Winamp 5 came out and it was bigger. They lost that simple touch,
Yeah.
and that's eventually how Winamp died.
And kick the llama's ass no more.
The llama kicked its ass in the final battle, and it's still available though.
Yeah, you can still
You can
get
get it.
And you can
It's-
probably get the good ones too, the old ones that
Mhm.
were, the versions 3 and 4 or whatever it was.
Right,
Those were great.
PC.
Yeah.
You want
Alright.
to take a nap before we continue,
I was
Jeff?
just gonna say that was a great little book report you did on Winamp. Little history. I like
Yeah.
that. We should do that. Little profiling of
Yeah,
these things.
could do
That was
that.
fun.
I'll
We'll
get a chalkboard.
We'll take a break. When we come back, more 404. So stick around. We'll take a little nap.
This is the 404 MRFers, the show where we all sing songs.
Hi, this is Anthony from San Francisco, and you're listening to the 404, where you won't get a lemon. I wouldn't have got a lemon. No, you won't get a lemon. I wouldn't have got a lemon.
I don't know if he had even heard the original advertisement.
that-
That's not how it goes.
Was he just mocking you?
Yeah, I think he was just doing an impression of me.
Maybe he looked up the video after.
No, the
you
video
talked
doesn't
about it.
exist online. I
Oh,
checked
really?
because I wanted to show you what the original was
It's
like.
pretty funny.
We're talking about, what would you call those? Local,
Local access, regional cable commercials.
right, but jingles, like really catchy
You
jingles.
won't get a lemon.
Yo,
I
wouldn't
wanna
have
got
got
a
a lemon.
lemon.
You know it.
You don't know.
Just from what he was singing the other day.
Well, you won't get a lemon. I wouldn't have got a lemon. From Toyota of Orange.
It's pretty good. It's pretty funny.
Did
Thanks.
you guys think of any from your local hometowns? Come on,
No.
Utah must have had some crazy catchy
Yeah.
jingles.
I thought of one. I'm not sure how local it is. It was from Hardee's. Did you guys have Hardee's?
No.
I know what Hardee's is.
It's like a fast food
Yeah.
place. But there was one because they had like their kids' meal was called a silly sack.
New nickname for Mitchell.
That is so stupid. Really?
Yeah.
I'll take 3 silly sacks.
Yeah. But their song was it's a Hardee's silly sack. Silly sack really makes kids feel happy like that. Don't be silly. It's just a sack. It's a Hardee's silly sack. Ba-da-da-da.
Oh, gems.
You
That's why
are
you're on the show,
fire right
Gems.
now, Gems.
Oh, man.
Gems McGee over here. Silly sack.
Dying.
Oh,
Wipe
God.
my eyes. Wow.
Can you-
Hardy's silly
Yeah.
sacks.
You guys didn't have silly sack?
No,
Wait, I didn't have a heart there. I don't think there are any Hardee's on the East Coast.
I don't think so.
Have you?
I think
you
they were
haven't
bought
seen
out
one?
by Carl's Jr.
Mm.
Oh, okay. I know Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
There's no Carl's Jr. on the East Coast either.
No.
No. We just got Sonic. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic's terrible. Have you ever had that?
Oh, I had Sonic in Vegas
I
last
can't even
year. It was
eat
good.
fast. I can't remember. The only fast food I will settle for is Taco Bell
Mm,
because that stuff is just magic.
you're crazy. That's a
don't know.
whole seperate conversation.
No, it's look
Carl's Jr. is
Oh,
great.
stop
Jack
it.
in the Box is incredible. Del Taco.
of
unbeatable.
taco of the taco.
Yeah, of the taco.
I remember there's some other taco franchise out west called Taco Time.
Ooh.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
there's
think-
Taco Time in
familiar.
Utah.
And they're slow. Yes, that's where I had it
Yeah.
at that outdoor mall in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, the Gateway.
Yeah. Their slogan, so it's Taco Time, and their slogan is, "Isn't it always?" Isn't it always taco time? I think so.
It's a pretty underhanded throw.
Yeah, it sucks.
How can you say that about fast food chains?
I just
There's
don't
so
like
many
fast
other
food.
good ones.
I don't like fast food.
Wendy's?
I mean,
Really
I
good.
just don't like it.
Okay.
It's, I know if you just like having a burger and fries isn't the worst thing you could possibly do.
Yeah.
I just don't like it though.
Okay.
I don't really like. There's something about Taco Bell though, and I haven't had it in years. Just something about it that used to really do something to me. Probably on a chemical basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it used to, whatever it did to me, made me smile.
Nothing
Seems
like
like in Manhattan, like the fast food here really sucks. Like the main ones, like
Yeah.
McDonald's, Burger King.
Right.
Like it's just low quality.
Well, I mean, you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
I mean,
but like it seems like when I go home to visit my family and I go to eat fast food,
It's just better.
It's better, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I believe
cleaner
that.
too. Yeah. Here you have to worry about crazy people coming in and throwing French fries at you.
Yeah, I guess if that's one of your main pet peeves about
Yeah.
homeless people or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Before we hit voicemails and calls from the public, I want to talk about something in the news today. Orbitz, the travel agency website, it came out this morning that they are in fact leading Mac users towards more expensive prices. Meaning, if you use a Mac and you go on Orbitz.com, your results will be more expensive results will be fed to you before the cheaper alternatives.
Wait.
So you're not getting, they're not charging you more, but they're leading you towards a more expensive product. The reason they're doing this is because their research has shown that people who own Mac computers spend more on vacation. So,
Okay.
and it's kind of not, I don't blame them.
Right.
I think this is smart, and they should be doing this. It just sucks that it just came out because now the cat's out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically saying that, well, because Windows Mac users are willing to pay $20 to $30 a night more on hotels and PC users, we're going to deliberately feed them more expensive options, like the 4- and 5-star hotels.
Right.
It's smart. It's very smart. And they're no different than Apple. Apple has convinced an entire generation of people that they need more than they do for computing, right? They're making people buy $3,000 Facebook machines. And what's the problem if money's no object? Have them spend a little more on the Orbitz thing. I think a lot of it's psychological too, but
It's not like they're hiding the cheaper hotel offers.
no, they're
at
not.
all,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
charging Mac customers more.
100%. And that's why they're able to do this and get away with it, and they
Right.
should continue to do it. I'm serious.
As a Mac user yourself, you endorse this PR practice?
I endorse it. I mean, if you can't understand that you can, filter your search return by price,
Right.
then you deserve to get ripped off.
Guess so, but I don't know if that's a direct correlation between people that spend more on computers versus.
It's a general it's a
PCs.
general it's just like a general sort of statement that
Right.
they put into practice. It's no different than Google serving you ads based on what your Gmail contains.
Yeah,
But
don't you think it's possible that maybe if someone spent less on a PC
yeah,
computer, that they would have more money to spend on a vacation?
that's silly.
There's a
talk.
lot of different factors
That's-
that go.
You're
into
right.
this.
Either way, I'm sure they did this for a reason, and they
Yeah.
continue to do it for a reason. Maybe it was working out. Over a long enough period of time, you get enough people, the psychology of it all will start to pay off.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah, it's
And-
kind of shady though, don't you think?
It's very shady. But I mean, come on, it's just the way business works. There's plenty of shady crap going on,
Yeah.
like we just talked about with Facebook and the email thing.
There's also too many companies named Orbitz, by the way.
There's
There-
two, and they're spelled differently.
There's 3, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, what
There's
are they?
Orbitz, the travel
So that's with a
recommendation
Z
engine.
at the end,
Yeah. There's Orbitz, the gum.
right? That's Orbit.
Then there's Orbit, that weird drink with all the speckles in it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Does that like a
I've never
is that
heard
like
of
a Snapple Orbit?
Trust me. You
Remember-
don't remember these? Look,
Bring them up.
pick them up.
What
Here
is
it is.
this?
Orbitz with a Z. The drink
Oh.
with balls in it. That's their motto.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I've never seen that
You never
I
seen
didn't
these
know.
before.
I
before? They're
I
very
recall
kooky.
that.
I
I
think they
didn't-
were popular in the mid-2000s.
I didn't realize it was like a very futuristic drink to be having.
Right.
I
What
didn't
are
re-
the balls in it?
just
It's the same stuff in
chunks.
lava lamps, I think. Guaranteed to kill you.
Yeah, it's just cancer. It's just cancer. Yeah, I didn't realize they were spelled the same way as the travel site.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Anyway.
Orbit, drink those balls.
Mm.
I don't know. What was their slogan? The drink with balls in it?
Yeah.
It's so
Orbitz, there's balls in it.
balls equal better.
Flavor balls. Okay.
I'm serious. You could, but you understand where I'm coming from when I say that the Mac purchasing mentality.
Yeah,
Someone
I get
who
it.
buys one of those new MacBook Pros with the Retina display.
Right. They probably have more money than
and uses it to check their email and go on Facebook.
Yeah.
They should probably pay $1,000 more on their next vacation also.
Because they can.
Because they can.
Okay.
And they're, seemingly silly. Let's get to calls from the public tab.
Time to show the love. 866-404-CNET.
404.
Yesterday we were talking about people who had never signed up for Facebook, and we got a bunch of calls about people who, in fact, themselves had never signed up. So here's why.
Hey, 404 guys, it's Will from Atlanta. Just calling in about the Facebook argument, I guess. I'm not on Facebook, and I am just completely against ever signing up. Maybe it's my punk mentality. I don't know. It's a little too cool, so I just can't be a part of it. I don't know. But really what it comes down to is I just never signed up. And when my 60-year-old uncle was calling me, what, you're not on Facebook? You need to be on Facebook. Come on. At that point, I'm like, no way in hell. You want to see pictures of my kid? Go follow my wife. There's no way. I really don't want psycho ex-girlfriends finding me because they will. And I'm a little more private
I hear you.
my perspective here. So
Yeah.
talk to you later. Bye.
I respect
All right.
that.
I do, man. I do. None of the people I know who are not on Facebook have that explanation.
Yeah.
That was the first good one I've ever heard.
I'm trying to think about if my life has been enriched significantly by the existence of Facebook. Do you think something bad would have happened to you had you not had a Facebook account?
No.
Yeah.
My life is neither better
I don't think anything
nor
substantially good
nor
has
is it
happened.
worse. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, exactly. It's just enough to keep your profile alive.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't love it,
It's a way to kill boredom.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. But it's not like there's a lacking of that on the internet. There's plenty of sites you can go to.
And you don't have to share every single detail and every photo of your life.
Yeah.
Like some people do.
Yeah.
You can be private if you want to.
For sure. You can be totally private and totally closed off, which is fine. All right, one more call about this.
This is Chicago from Eric. I just wanted to comment on your Facebook discussion yesterday. I'm one of those guys that doesn't have Facebook, and I do the same thing that we used to do before Facebook. Whenever I need to know something, get a call or a text. One of my good friends was having a baby. I found out before everybody on Facebook with simply a text. So, I think you guys are way overrating this Facebook crap. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people just sitting there glued to their tub and moving crops and a bunch of that crap.
All right, this is going to devolve into get off my lawn, I feel like. So he's not wrong, though. There's nothing wrong with, actually calling somebody. But there's also a time when people used to say, what are you not writing letters for and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's got their own prerogative, I guess, going on. It's their prerogative. What do you think?
I use Facebook for very minimal tasks during the day. But there's no news that I've missed out on because I've not been on Facebook all day long.
Right. Yeah. I'm telling you, the one thing that's started to really nag me, I guess, is my mom being on Facebook.
Wait, your mom's on Facebook? How come she hasn't added me yet?
Because I don't know what the hell she does
about
on
what my
that.
life's doing.
I don't know what she does on Facebook, and I know she's hearing this now, and I'm sorry. I'm being totally honest.
Yeah.
It's she'll call me and she'll say, "Did you see that on Facebook?" And I'm just like,
your mom has every right as you to be on Facebook, though. Why shouldn't she be?
I'm not
she
saying...
She has friends.
I am not saying that.
Okay, what are you
You're
saying?
putting words in my mouth. I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve to be on Facebook. Anyone in the world can be on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about Facebook outside of Facebook. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it.
Maybe you should tell your mom that then. You just did.
I think I just did.
Is she listening right now?
I'm in trouble.
Terrence in the chat room was like, she added me.
That's pretty good.
Oh, man.
I'm in trouble. Next call.
Hey, Justin. Hey, Jeff. This is Molly from Corey. You wanted to know how Tap Shoes and I met up. Well, he told me he was going to be on Oahu, so I made some plane reservations, and we met up. We had a wonderful time and talked all about the show. I guess this proves that the 404 brings friends together. Thanks, guys.
Wow.
In addition
That's
to
so
tearing people
cool.
apart, it does in fact bring people together.
Corey bought a plane ticket to go meet up with Henry? That's incredible.
I think that's like hopping on a bus in Hawaii, though.
Oh. It was
You
like
know,
a charter plane or something?
It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's like $60.
Okay.
Well,
Still, though,
I
that's
guess
a lot of
money.
effort to meet up with.
Maybe
someone else from a
it's 20.
podcast.
Maybe if you have a license from Hawaii, it's free. I don't know how
Mhm.
it works.
Mhm.
But that's amazing. I can't believe that.
So cool.
She chartered a plane. She chartered a private jet.
I would do that too to go meet up with Henry. He's a cool guy. He's got a lot of good stories.
For sure. I love him. Love that video. It's freaking awesome. Next call.
For the best car insurance rate in town, call 1-800-GENERAL now. What's up, 404 people? Yo, this is Georgia from Kid. A lot of listeners been calling in, giving you books, DC books. But one Marvel book you guys should check out. It's called Civil War. It's about all the Marvel characters have to register. Whoever's not registered has to go underground. At the end of the story, it's a big civil war between all the Marvel characters.
Cool.
Anyways, peoples, have a good one. Peace.
So check it out. Civil War. Is it a series or is it a novel? Or
I don't know. I'm not familiar.
I don't know anything about it. I think I maybe heard about it, but I don't know anything about the details. So check it out. Another great suggestion.
Another great jingle as well.
Yeah. For the best, what is it? It's
For
like,
the best car insurance rates in town, called 1-800-GENERAL now.
it's like some 4-year-old did this CG general, right? It looks so bad. Why does it look so
man.
bad?
But we remember the jingle, so it
But
worked.
I mean, they can't afford better production value. That
Yeah.
general looks like
He looks like a paper
trash.
cutout.
He looks like a Saturday morning cartoon from 1986.
Yeah.
They have to fix the general.
Mhm.
The general's seen some better days, I'm sure.
Do you remember those Larry H. Parker lawyer commercials? Is that
No.
a West Coast thing?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't know what
No.
that is.
Larry H. Parker, I'll fight for you. No?
There's a dude in Hudson County, which is where Hoboken is,
Mm-hmm.
and he just comes off as like the slimiest lawyer ever. He's like he's got like this just crappy comb over, and he just looks greasy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just like, I will fight for you, and he's like this mousy guy, and it's like
Ugh.
such a disgusting commercial.
Yeah.
And you just know that he's like this ambulance chasing, dick.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Because the television is where I go to find my lawyer.
Exactly, right?
Not Angie's
What about this
List.
Binder and Binder guy?
Oh.
You ever see him with his cowboy
Yeah,
hat?
I have.
A weirdo. Isn't he? Right? You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He like takes off his hat, he's like, hi there. Howdy. He's like, howdy.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, dude, you're in New York, man. No one wears cowboy
There's a
hats
dress
here.
code for lawyers.
There is, dude. You think you get into the courtroom and the judge is like, please remove your cowboy hat.
Yeah.
You 5-year-old, Anyway, continuing the topic of 50 Shades of Grey, we have Rachel from Green Bay calling in.
Hey boys, this is Green Bay from Rachel. I'm just calling to give Justin some props for reading his 50 Shades of Grey and to yell at the other guys for making fun of him. That just makes a guy better. And if you need some extra reading, I need to tell you that if you give Sleeping Beauty by Anne Rice a go,
Yeah, read that.
you will make your girlfriends very happy. Thanks so much. Great podcast, and I enjoy listening to you every day.
Well, thank you, Rachel.
I
That
do
was
appreciate
lovely.
the support,
Why don't you-
Rachel.
Why don't you read Sleeping Beauty? Yeah, and then you
To
can
clarify,
yeah, read
I didn't
that.
actually read the entire
No, you're
50
full of it.
Shades
You did.
Grey book. No,
Why don't you read
I read
Sleeping
passages
Beauty?
from
Why
it.
don't you read Sleeping Beauty and then you
Yeah.
can have your period, okay? And then we'll all be happy, okay? Why don't
So
you do
sexist,
that?
Jeff.
I'm not sexist.
So
Love
sexist.
women.
Making a period joke, Jeff, really. That's so mature.
We talk about periods a lot lately.
Yeah, we have.
All right? It's not out of the realm
Also,
of our
I'll
discussion.
say that 50 Shades of Grey is not a good book. I'm not recommending it to anybody.
Yeah.
In terms of reading and writing quality, it's,
Just from an
it's
objective
very
point of view.
poor. It's like a 12th grade reading level.
First of all, don't knock books because of their reading level.
Why not?
Because that's silly.
Yeah.
You can be a great writer
No,
and
yeah, I
not
agree.
write at a level beyond,
I
what
understand
a
that.
12th grader would
But
be.
this wasn't a 12th grader that wrote the book.
But I'm just saying you're belittling the book because it's you said because it's a 12th grade
I
reading
am.
level. But that's not fair.
Why not?
Because The Giver was what, like 5th grade maybe?
The
And that
whole
was
book
excellent.
sounds like the author had a thesaurus next to her the entire time.
Maybe
She was
they
like, What's
did.
another word for good?
What's another word for
crap,
good?
I've used nice 3,000 times.
Yeah. All right.
You know, so
What's another word for throbbing member?
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
It's bad. Like The Giver, for example, is technically a children's book, right?
Sure.
Lois Lowry wrote that, I think, at like a 12, 13-year-old.
I don't know what the reading level is. I just know it's
low.
a great book.
Yeah, it's like a young adult book.
Right, but it's a great book.
It's great, and it doesn't read like
No.
it should be for 12-year-olds. This one does.
I'm noticing Ready Player One. I went back and like read a couple parts.
Yeah.
Sort of feels like it. Like maybe the writing isn't spectacular.
Wait, I'm sorry, you read parts of what?
I went back and read some parts of Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah.
The Ernest Cline book. It's still a great book, and I definitely recommend it. But it's not at. I'm sure it's written better than 50 Shades of Grey. But,
Yeah.
maybe not the most cerebral thing you'll ever put into your head.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. That's going to do it for us today. Guys, again, don't forget you have one last chance to win a copy of Spec Ops The Line, the brand new video game from 2K and Jaeger. So what you have to do is go to youtube.com/cnet and find the YouTube video where we are making fun of Justin for reading 50 Shades of Grey. You comment on that YouTube video using hashtag SOTL. That's Spec Ops The Line, abbreviated SOTL. You do that, and tomorrow we're going to pick 2 winners, and those winners will have an option for the Xbox or the PS3 version, and we'll let you know the winners first thing on tomorrow's program. Cool?
Cool.
Cool. Thanks. 866-44-CNET is the number to call. You can email us to 404@cnet.com. That will do it for us this fine Tuesday afternoon. Have a great one. We'll see you soon. I'm Jeff Bacalar.
And I'm Justin Yu.
It's the 404. High tech, lowbrow. Have a great one, guys. We'll see you soon.